Alright, so it's raining pretty good out here, and it's real dark. So, I don't know how long I'm going to be out here tonight. I have no cats with me, because they're not completely out of their mind like me. I just need to get moving. Even Perry is not out in this, and he has not been real happy about being stuck in the house. He wants to get out. He's doing much better now that he has this second cast, because the first one, well, first of all, it was too tight, but also it went down over his foot, and this one stops right at his ankle. So he is starting to try to walk on it from time to time. He'll stand on it, but he'll actually take a few steps and start to put weight on it, which apparently is a good thing, because it will, putting some sort of pressure on that bone will actually help it to heal and grow faster. I don't know, I guess it's good. But he wants to go out, and even this is not good for them. So I'm pretty sure all five are in the house. Didn't see Pansy. She's the black with white, the big one. Who knows where she's at? Sometimes I see him and sometimes I don't. I know that when I came out, Pix, who is the all black one, Pixie, she came in, so she's been out in the rain. And Percy, who you see almost never, because he's the one that likes to camouflage. He's the one that came from the hoarder. He was out, but he came in. And Poppy, who's the big guy, who's the one that needs it the most, he actually came over to go outside, took one look at it, although it seems to have slowed right down. This, if it was raining like it is right now here at my house, he probably would have come. But he took one look and skedaddled back inside. So that's all five of them. Yeah. So here's the deal. I make these videos. Y'all know I have avoidant personality disorder. That means no relationships with people. Really, truly. It's a lot easier for me to keep in the shadows, and I'll interact with people one-on-one. It is not social anxiety. I know that is weird for some people. Really common for them to go hand in hand. But this is how I'm built, and if I had social anxiety, then of course it could be treated. Things might be a little better, but then they would have been worse because I would have started in worse. Anyway, whatever. So, as expected, this is, I said point blank, this is my worst year of my life. But they've all been worst years of my life. I don't know when it's going to start turning around. It has to start turning around. I thought it would, things would be a little better. That I wouldn't have to deal with my mother. And I wouldn't have to deal with all the people that came with my mother. And I don't have to worry about her talking about me. Which, was not me being paranoid. I would hear it, because she was housebound. So all I had to do was wait outside the door, either before or after I, got there, and listen to what she said. And also, she talked about her friends too. So that was not paranoia, that was reality. I don't have to deal with that anymore. That's good. Yes, I know this is bad, but as far as impacting me, that would be good. Now, I still have not been able to settle her estate, and I'm going to have to. There's a law in the state that it has to be done within 9 months. I've got about half that done now. My sister is still point blank refusing to have anything to do with it. She says it's only like a few $1,000. It's not worth it. Totally not the point. I got the mail today, and I had 6 letters because everything is getting forwarded to my address of financial things for my mother. Because she didn't have a will, but everybody get a will, even if you don't think you have any money, even if you don't think that you got anybody who really, it's going to be obvious. Get a will. Yeah, my sister, still the alcoholic, still calls me in the middle of the night drunk off her butt. She, the last time she called me, literally screaming. And the worst of it was, I could hear my nephews and niece in the background. It was only like 8 o'clock at night, screaming her lungs out at me. Everybody hates you. The whole family hates you. Then, of course, I hang up the phone and don't pick it up again. And she starts texting me the same thing. I mean, it's really going to be good for when I get around to going to court, which is probably going to be sooner than later. It's got to be. I just got to suck it up and do it. But not fun. This month is insane. I kind of got a day off today, except, of course, then I've got to do 50, 100 million errands. But Friday and Saturday, both days, I was going from 9 in the morning until 3 in the morning. Actually, Friday, Saturday morning was like 4 in the morning. Yeah. Probably shouldn't schedule things like that, but I mean, it was like all day. Boom, boom, boom. So completely exhausted, which is a coping technique. When you're so tired, you don't realize what is going on. But then today, I got a little sleep, and it hit. Like I said, there's this pendulum thing going on. Everybody who has avoidant personality disorder deals with it, where when you have to, you can push through and override because it is not your actual baseline personality. It was inflicted on you when you were a kid or whatever. Well, it had to have been a kid. So it's not who the real you is, even though it becomes fused with you. But every once in a while, you can really see the separation. However, once you have somehow managed to push past all those coping techniques and, the way that you interact with the world, push to one end of the pendulum, it swings back, and it swings hard. And I've had quite a few people saying, well, optimistically, maybe it's not going to do it for you. No, it's always going to do it. And, I think personally, I know everybody else is different. For me, being aware of it, knowing it's going to happen, being able to predict it, knowing what it looks like, knowing what the signs are, then I can kind of relax. I can be like, it comes, it hits, and then it's like, okay, well, that's what it is. I know that's what it is. Just let it go. Let it pass. It's not going to last forever. So, don't sort of overreact when it hits. The other thing I did, and I've gotten quite a bit of advice. I mean, especially considering how few people I actually interact with, a lot of advice about what to do about the cat. And a lot of unsolicited advice about what to do about the cat. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard, well, that's what you get for letting your cat outside. I'm like, that's what I get. My cat gets shot Who in a million years would predict that? Yeah, I live in the United States, so that would make it slightly more likely for that to happen than, say, New Zealand or Australia. Oh, it's starting to rain harder. In other places, slightly more likely for something like that to happen. Yes, I very much was aware that there's a decent chance that the cat's going to get hit at some point by a car. That the cats might be having some kind of interaction with another animal and get chewed up. Yes, there is no way in a million years that anybody would believe or suggest that a house cat in a suburban neighborhood is going to get shot by a gun. No way. Okay? Not happening. And actually, yes, as y'all know, I live in Maine, where there's maybe more guns per capita than other places. But you know what? When there are more guns, and I don't like guns, let me put this straight. I've never shot a gun in my life. I think I've only held a gun once in my life, and I gave it right back and said, I don't want this anywhere near me. I'm not pro-gun at all. I wish they would just totally get banned. Okay? That's my personal opinion. I don't like guns. But it is a fact that if you're using them more often, and they're pretty, standard things that people have. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, if you have guns around you, then you learn how to use them. You follow the laws, and you have a minor clue. So, if I was living in some Tony neighborhood in, New York or Connecticut or Massachusetts, something like that, where somebody had a quote-unquote handgun for, protection or whatever, and never shot it, or maybe shot it once in their life, then they probably wouldn't know how to use it. There'd be a very much higher chance of somebody accidentally getting shot or whatever, or going off, or, just because they don't know how to use it. But when there are people that know how to use guns, they know what they're doing, and so this is much less likely, is all I'm saying. Anyway, now that I've gone off on that, there's my politics, and y'all can hate me for that, and that's fine. And you can think that I'm ridiculous for having that opinion, and that's fine, that's cool. That's your opinion, this one's mine. Mine is, I don't like guns at all, but if you're gonna have guns, then you should learn how to use them, and you should use them safely on a regular basis and know what the law is. And around here, I would say probably 50% of these houses has a gun in it. And I've never seen him, because people know how to take care of them. Just a fact. Ooh, did you hear that? Is that the ghost? Ooh, sounded like something smacked on my raincoat. Great. Didn't feel it, but I heard it. Oh, there's a police. He's probably asking me, gonna come over and stop me and ask me what I'm doing, because, only weirdos, go for walks. Watch him come back. Guess what? I'm putting him on camera this time if he does. Anyway. So yeah, I've heard all the opinions. The police have the open case, and they want to have an open case. Oh yeah, and the police sort of stopped me from what I was saying, which was, did not feel it, but I heard it. Who knows, maybe this ghost who makes all the sounds is gonna start making contact. That'd be cool. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, and getting away from it, is I did alert the media, which I was kind of advised to do, because, watch, here, I think this is a cop coming. I am going to put him on camera if he dares stop. Nope, it wasn't. Alright, I was wrong. Whatever. So I did. I did today. I mean, I made, what have I made? 4 videos or something about it already, but my channel is tiny. That's actually why I don't do live streams anymore, is because YouTube changed their thing. You've got to have 1,000 people. I'm really not interested in getting 1,000 people. It's nothing personal or anything. It's just, this is generally a very specific channel about a very specific thing. And I'm, actually, I think I'm 2 weeks away from my 10-year anniversary of making these videos. So I'm fine with my tiny little channel and my tiny number of people. I kind of sort of am heartened by it, that there's so few people having this issue that are, wanting to subscribe and hear my nonsense of how to deal with this stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I am pushing hard against the avoidance, unquestionably. I mean, another car. I don't know what to say about it. I know that, it is simply a fact. If I had to do it for myself, I would do nothing. I would not think I was worthy, and I would think it was a waste of time. But if I'm doing something for somebody else, including my cat, then I'll do it, and I'll get out there, and it will kick me in the ass. And eventually the pendulum will come back. So, yeah. So I'm actually expecting to hear some feedback about that. Somebody with a pretty good clue was actually concerned that once this gets out there, the shooter, whoever it is going to find out that I'm putting the main out, and it's going to come after me and retaliate. And was like, oh my God, what a thought. I doubt it. I mean, really, I just don't want this to happen anymore. And I want whoever it is to get a good stern talking to by the police and told that, these are the rules, these are the laws, you can't go shooting cats, don't do it anymore, and stop. That would be enough for me. I am doing everything I can do to try to get the word out. So I made the videos, I contacted the local police, well, I did do that too. Local news station. Haven't heard back from them, but I did it today, and it's Sunday. So, suck it up, probably. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be ignored. I mean, that happens a lot. Is that people just ignore. I'm doing everything I can. I also did, and I debated so hard talking about this on this channel. Do you hear that? I don't know what that is. Sounds like a great big truck. Or thunder. Anyway, but what gets publicity. So I made a GoFundMe for my cat. Well, I mean, it is going to be expensive paying for him. But also, at a point blank, you know what? I'm doing it for publicity. I want the word out. I want as many people to know about it as possible. I want people to watch out for their animals. I want whoever's doing it to stop. And I want them to know that they are being monitored and people paying attention. And I did it every way possible. And I also said, yes, it's true. If somebody actually does this thing, then and it donates, and it's been up for like a day, and there's been no donations at all so far, but whatever. Yes, I will use it to have Perry's care taken care of. And then from there, and I told everybody, you've seen these channels before, I think it's really a helpful thing for people to do, to get out in the world in a less stressful way, in a very positive way, is that is volunteering. My son and I volunteered at the animal shelter for 4.5 years now, and if we get some decent donations and the cat's care is totally paid for, then anything above and beyond that we're going to donate to the animal shelter, obviously. And no, I'm not putting the link in here. And I, anyway, whatever. Because I have viewers worldwide. I mean, I have them, in African countries and, India, and I mean, something like 160 countries have watched my videos. So obviously you guys are not the ones that need to know who to call to put out tips about my cat. So no, I'm not going to put any of those links here. Y'all know this is what I'm going through, and you need to know it for the avoidant response. The avoidant response is, yes, a pendulum has started to swing back, and it's expected. It's really getting rainy. Anyway, what happened was I was out shopping because, you have to do this because I am single. I don't have a partner that can go shopping for me. I have to keep the house running. It doesn't matter how bad things get. Yes, I made some joke about, oh, maybe I'll fall down and break my leg and then I can stop doing this. That is literally how my mind works. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep everything going as I should. I was out shopping on a Sunday afternoon, and you know how people are. Church folk who really didn't want to waste their time in church. And then they really didn't want to waste their time in the grocery store. And they are crowding people and bumping people and getting in people's faces. And it was horrible. And I damn near had a panic attack. And got out of there real quick and went and had a nap. Because, holy crap, this is too much dealing with people. I mean, and again, these were not people I'm interacting with. I mean, obviously, I interact with some of you more than you would imagine. And so probably, y'all have seen Perry, and you probably be the ones who would donate to him. And you're the ones I'm not putting the link to for, because that's the avoidant response. Because interacting with people on an ongoing basis is the problem, not strangers. So being in a grocery store where strangers are being jerks shouldn't be a problem for me. But because I've been pushing the avoidance down so far, it was a problem. And I got out of there real quick, and oh, it's getting really wet. Puddles. Well, potholes. So we're leading to puddles. Anyway, and the frogs are damn loud, so I guess I gotta stop walking now so y'all not gonna hear me. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I thought I heard a cat. There's no way that there's a cat out here. Yeah, that happens. The pendulum swings. It wasn't so bad this time. I mean, it was really bad at the time, but it wasn't lasting. We'll see if tomorrow I actually get contacted by the media, because I really feel that it should be. And that's the other thing is, the police told me that I should be going door to door and telling everybody. There's no way in hell that I'm going door to door and talk to my neighbors about this. I can't do it. I cannot do it. So it's easier to go to the media because it's impersonal. I mean, you wouldn't think it would work that way, but it does work that way. And they all need to be warned that this happened, and I can't do it, and I'll let the media do it for me and let it go viral. Anyway, if I can answer the phone tomorrow, I don't know. I'll give you updates. Again, Paris is doing pretty good. And I'm going to go get out of there right now. Can't go any further because the frogs are so loud. I mean, I suppose that's good. That means it's spring. Anyway, I'll keep talking and I'll let you know what's going on. Give you the next update when there's another update to give. Bye.